Hello, I'm Margaret Hunter-Wade, and you are watching Round Roanoke, seen only on Cox 9. The Jefferson Center always has a full schedule of performances, but what you may not know is that there is an educational component to the center's mission that keeps the staff busy as well. Jefferson Center Executive Director Cyrus Pace is here to tell us about the happenings at the center. Thanks for joining us, Cyrus.
Thank you.
So the Jefferson Center has teamed up with the Harrison Museum, which is of African American history, for a special exhibit and performance featuring Don Pullen.
Yes.
So tell us about Don Pullen and who he was.
Sure. Don Pullen grew up in Roanoke. Was born in 1945 and grew up in Roanoke City Schools and in the Sweet Union Baptist Church, and went off to college to study medicine and decided to change his career and become a piano player. Went to Chicago for a few weeks, and then next thing you know, he's on his way to New York City, and this was about 1964. And then went on to have one of the most illustrious careers in jazz. Ended up playing with the biggest names in jazz, including Charlie Mingus.
Okay.
And in fact was part of Charlie Mingus's last great band. And then went on to produce his own records and continued to play until his death in 1995. And so we're at Jefferson Center celebrating a hometown hero, someone who went from his experience in Roanoke off to make a big impact in the jazz world.
Great, that sounds really exciting. So this partnership, what does this look like? There's an exhibit that goes along with it and some performance, is that correct?
That's correct, yeah. We're in near our atrium area at Jefferson Center, which is on the second floor. We're having a series of paintings that were done of Don Pullen, as well as some photography from his early days in Roanoke and his performance career as well. So there's about 35 pieces that will be up in support of the concert, which is coming up January 14th.
Wow, and so did the Harrison Museum collect all that? Or did they have it already in their collection?
We've collected most of it.
Okay.
They've come on sort of as an administrative partner, so they're helping us organize and get the word out, and are celebrating Don Pullen as a hometown hero and helping us do that.
Okay, that's really cool. So the art exhibit is up, and people can go see it.
Yes.
And then the concert is January 14th?
Yeah, January 14th at 8 o'clock. It's a Friday evening. The best seat in the house only costs $26. If you're a student, you get half price on your ticket. And let me just say this, we're bringing in some of the best musicians in the world to play this music, and they're playing Don Pullen's music as a tribute to him. That includes Christian McBride, who is easily the most important living jazz bass player. It includes the pianist Jason Moran, who was just elected to be the director of jazz at the Kennedy Center. So it really is the best musicians in the world playing one of the best pianists' music at Jefferson Center on January 14th.
Great. And somebody who we can celebrate from Roanoke.
Yeah.
So it's a great tie. So as I mentioned in the intro, another great thing that the Jefferson Center is doing is this whole education program. And I don't know that all of our viewers know about that. So can you tell us a little bit about that and opportunities?
Sure. I think the most visible part of what we do is probably our music lab, which is an after-school music program for 6th graders to 12th graders. And a great thing about doing something like the Don Pullen Project is these musicians who come to town will spend time at the music lab working with students and connecting with them. And this is our way of ensuring that this community has access to great art and great artists, but it's also a way to make sure that kids have access to that. So. I know you have children, and I have children, and I'd like to be able to say someday that our kids have access to art that they would in any great city in this country, and I believe we're doing that at Jefferson Center. A music lab as outreach allows students to have a place to go after school, and it connects with the new initiatives from Roanoke City pushing the arts as a way to keep kids engaged in their education and their core curriculum courses, and it's going really well. I'm hoping people can come out for performances by the Music Lab students because they're very, very good. And
when do those take place?
We usually do one in the winter and one towards the end of the school year. So it's sort of a first semester and a second semester performance, and we usually do them at Kirk Avenue. They're $5, and they usually come along with a CD. So it's nice to come out and see young talent who someday hopefully will go off to a life like Don Pullen's and really make an impact. Right,
which is a nice tie for them to go back and then see what somebody from Roanoke has gone on to do.
That's right. Yeah, we're hoping that January 14th we have at least half the house with students. full of students.
Okay, good. So the concert that we mentioned is just one event. I know you've got a ton of other stuff going on at Jefferson Center we probably can't touch on, but where can our viewers get more information about
those?
Sure,
it's www.jeffcenter.org, not Jefferson Center, but Jeff, J-E-F-F Center.org, and there's a full schedule on there. And under the full schedule, of course, we represent our performances, but also performances by some of our community partners who use Shaftman Performance Hall as a performance venue, which includes the Roanoke Symphony and Opera Roanoke and other great local arts organizations. Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Cyrus. Thanks for all you do. And you can learn more about Jefferson Center events and other happenings on the Cox Community Calendar coming up during the break. I'm Margaret Hunter Wade, and you are watching Round Roanoke on Cox 9.